flower friends, it's Nicole from Flower Hill Farm. I am coming to you from my gladiola patch because I have just received a text message from my florist. She needs 10 white gladiolas today. So I am cutting those for her. But I wanted to tell you guys right away that I am going to be hosting a live YouTube video next Sunday. So today is August 30th, 2020. And so next Sunday, I don't know, is it September 5th? I'm gonna be hosting a live Q&A on YouTube. You can submit questions right here on this video, and you can also, oh, the sun's going down. Oh, not enough. Whew. My eyes are so sensitive. So you could submit questions here on this video. I'm also going to be compiling the questions from previous videos that I haven't had a chance to answer. And then I've gotten so many emails, guys. I really don't want it to seem like I'm not replying to people. I'm on the struggle bus. I'm having a hard time finding the time to reply to everyone. So I thought if I just did it in this format, let me just sit down with all the questions and answer you guys on a video. It'll be live, and then that video will be posted as a regular video after the live feed airs. There'll also be a chat box where you can ask me questions during the live video. It's unedited, it's just me. Might be in my basement, not sure, might be on the porch. So I just want, it was the only thing I could think of to do. I'm getting 12 to 15 emails / messages a day asking me questions or asking me to take someone under their wing or mentor them. And Brad Pitt's getting on the wheeler. We're gonna take a ride. I need to take a ride. I've had a day. I had a senior photo session this morning and it was amazing. I'm so happy with the pictures. But then I get overwhelmed when I have so many things on my plate, and I have some freelance jobs and a lot of things going on. So I want to make sure that I answer you guys. You guys are my flower friends. I don't want your questions to go unanswered. So that being said, I am not a professional. Like, not that I'm not a professional. I'm always a professional in everything that I do. That's just what I do. But I am not a seasoned flower farmer. This is my second year doing this for money. Have I been growing flowers and vegetables for decades? Yes. Have I been doing it to this capacity for long? No. So I don't want to come off as I'm an expert and here's what you should do. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. So, and I'm learning every day. Every day I'm learning. I'm learning from you guys just as much as you guys are learning from me. And I am having a blast. So I want to make sure that you guys are getting what you need from me in the form of answering those questions. So if you have a question, submit it on this video or email it to me, and like I said, I'm going to compile the questions from the previous videos that I have not answered, or maybe even some that I did answer, because maybe somebody else has that question too. So who knows? The video could be 10 minutes long because nobody has any questions, or it could go for 3 hours. So the more questions, the more you get to hear me ramble. So next Sunday, 7 p.m. New York time. It's Eastern. I'm in the Eastern time zone of the United States. So I don't know. I know a lot of my viewers are all over the world. You guys are from everywhere. So it'll be 7 p.m. New York time. So hopefully that will work for you guys. But like I said, you could submit questions in advance and then watch the video back afterwards. So I'm hoping that this is like I just spit. I'm not wearing a mask. Sorry, guys. I'm hoping that this format will provide you guys with some answers, because I'm having a hard time keeping up and I don't want anyone to feel like they're being ignored. So maybe I'll do like once a month. Maybe I'll do a Q&A, and who knows, maybe it'll build up to where I'll do it once a week. So anyway, I am going to cut 10 white gladiolas for my florist, and then I'm going to show you what happened on the other side of the garden, because you're never going to believe this. So I'm walking out here. It's pretty weedy over here. I'm walking out here. Oh my gosh. And I noticed the weeds that are normally like so tall have been trampled. And these are the sunflowers that I planted in a video a couple months ago. And a deer got into my giant gated fence and ate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What he didn't eat, he knocked over. He, she, whoever. And then at the other end, also ate like 20 of them down there. Not happy. Not thrilled. What happened was I forgot to, this is pretty. I forgot to how pretty this is. Anyway, I forgot to put the gate up. I have a gate that's basically a piece of cattle panel because I really want like a beautiful wrought iron gate for the entrance to my garden. I really just like, I like to have the ideas in my head, and now I don't want anything else other than a wrought iron gate for my fence. So I'm just using a cattle panel until I get the wrought iron gate for my fence. Apparently those are expensive. They don't even make them anymore, really. They're called wrought iron, but they're really not wrought iron. I'm so tired today, guys. Anyway, so those are the sunflowers that I planted in a video, and I cut the first one today. So I'm gonna go back and see what date that was that I planted them to know exactly. And the plum is the first one I'm cutting. We'll walk around and see. This one's ready to cut. See, the petals are lifted. Yeah, these are all plums. Now these were sown at the same time I did a regular Pro-Cut orange, so they have like 3 rows of that, 3 rows of the double click, which is the double sunflower, and then 3 rows of these plums. And these are perfect. These are exactly the size that I want them. I planted them about 6 inches apart, and this is exactly the size head that I want. So these are great. And I do notice I'm starting to see yellow on the middle. I don't remember which one was double click and which one was Pro-Cut. I don't label anything in the field. When sunflowers, I don't label them. Clearly I'll know what they are when they open up. So yeah, they're beautiful. I'm super happy with them. And other than the fact that some little jerk came in here and went to town on a row, that happens. Spent all this money on a fence and they still get in. But guess what? They ignored my tomatoes, they ignored my squash, they ignored everything else. They went straight for the sunflowers. They even made the little like walkway here. Thank you. So I just cut these glorious glads for my florist, and there's something about white glads, aren't they just gorgeous? Oh, another thing I wanted to tell you guys is that I took my daughter down into the wildflower field and we did a couple of quick photo shoots. So the wildflower field looks great, but it's not tall like it was last year. It's short. So the subject needs to be on the ground. So I put a little sweatshirt down, a fleece, and then had her sit so she's amongst the flowers. And I took this picture and I kept going. I'm like, oh my God, Veda, oh my God, you look like Jennifer Aniston. Which the ironic part, if you've been watching my channel for a while, my husband's name is Brad Pitt. So Brad Pitt's daughter looks like Jennifer Aniston. It's killing me. And my mom actually said, my mom and my stepdad sent me a picture yesterday of Susan Day from the Partridge Family, and they were like, oh, Veda looks like Susan Day. And I was like, oh my God, she does. And then I'm taking these pictures today and I was like, holy guacamole, you look like Jennifer Aniston. How I never noticed this before? Just the structure and the eyebrows. It was just like, anyway, so I am so fortunate to have such a beautiful little model that I can show off my flowers and my wildflower fields with. So I'm happy that she plays along with me, because you know how 13-year-olds can be. So anyway, the wildflower field is looking good, and I'm probably going to be booking some photo sessions because I'm a photographer. So I don't think I'm going to allow any outside photographers in this year. It's just liability. The one photographer that I was going to allow has her own insurance, so if they carry their own insurance, that's one thing. But yeah, some changes, and now that we have the watering system that we do next year, it's going to be better. So all right, so I promised you guys that we were going to go pinch some Snapdragons, and wait till you see how good they look. They look amazing. Look at how good the Snapdragons look. Look at them. I have had to raise this multiple times, the whole light. So I am going to actually take these a tray at a time to the porch, because it's just so dark down here that I can't get anything done. I'm gonna have to do something about the lighting situation down here for the winter time, because I'm gonna be doing a ton of videos down here, guys. It's gonna be awesome. So I am going to bring this stuff up to the porch and we can chat there. Okay, so I have 2 of the trays. I'm gonna go get my little snippers. Bye, Bob. Love you. My brother is here. He's leaving. So I should have pinched my Snapdragons probably about a week ago, but I didn't get around to it because you know what, life happens. So I've done this on videos before, but you just go and snip. You just snip it, and then new branches will form where you snipped it. So, well, not where you snipped it, but like at the joints there, the beautiful joints of these beautiful flowers. Okay, so I have my Snapdragons and I have my scissors, and I'm just going to use scissors. So the term pinching, because people used to do it with their fingers, I actually have a video of pinching snaps with this cool little thumb tool, the little thumb knife that my sister-in-law got me for Christmas last year. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this is an old label, the true label on here. These are ivory snaps. So these are the ivory snaps, and so there is what is the true first true leaf is not the bottom one. That bottom one is just like the seedlings that you see when it emerges. So follow it up until you see the first true leaf, and then go ahead and snip away. It's easier for me to show you on this one. So all I'm doing is taking the top off. And why are we doing this? We're doing this because it promotes branching of the plant. I'm gonna go out to the garden and get an actual Snapdragon plant from something that I pinched earlier this spring. Hold on. Okay, so here is an example of a Snapdragon. It's about 2.5 feet tall. It is a single stem. This must have been one that I forgot to pinch in the springtime when I was planting it out and when it was in my basement and all that stuff. So here is what a Snapdragon will do. Here's the difference. Ready? This Snapdragon just yanked it out of the ground. I pinched it, and I'll show you in here. I cut 1, 2, 3. I cut 3 stems, and there were 1, 2, 3, 4 more workable stems. It just keeps branching out and giving you more blooms. This was the Madame Butterfly Red. So I miss my Snapdragons so much. So it's kind of why I'm going crazy this year with Snapdragons. They're one of my favorite flowers this year. Absolutely incredible. And look at the production. I mean, I could have cut this one. Could have. I just was... Things got out of control, guys. So 7 stems off of the pinch versus 1. Let's do the thumbnail. Ready? Okay. So 1 stem, 7 stems. 1 stem, 7 stems. 1 stem, 7. That's why we take the time to pinch. Thank you. Don't know why I said thank you. Okay, I'm gonna sit down to do the rest of these, and like my pants, guys. Crazy. So someone was asking me about my clothes, which, whatever, my clothes, it's crazy. But most of the stuff that I get, like these pants and the white shirt that people liked in the last video, I get a lot of my clothes from ThredUp. It's a thrift store online. A lot of it's either gently used or recycled, or some of it's brand new with tags and someone just had it in their closet, never wore it, and then sold it to ThredUp. So yeah, that's where I get a lot of my stuff. So anyway, not this. This was a Tractor Supply shirt with chickens all over it. So I thought I'd come here and continue to pinch my Snapdragons. This right here, by the way, is a Costa mix. So there are multiple different kinds of Snapdragons, and each one has a number associated with it, and that is the bloom time. I've talked about this before. Johnny's Seeds website has a great reference chart to tell you what variety blooms at what time. So just go into their references and their Snapdragons, and they have so much information there. It's a beautiful thing. Check it out. Okay, so I am having like a little bit of a dilemma with where to invest on my flower farm. So I have invested in a lot of things. I've invested in structures with my fencing. I've invested in seeds, clearly, but that's the least expensive investment that I've made. Bulbs are a huge investment for me. And clearly we need a new tractor, but that's not like, that's a 5-year plan. The tractor's not necessary, even though Brad Pitt would beg to differ. Oh yeah, where's Brad Pitt? So Brad Pitt was just taking care of my tiller for me. Also, he fixed my tripod. My tripod broke the other day. So I don't know if you remember that little video clip of my hummingbird out in my gladiolas. I posted it. I made a friend that night. Well, for some reason I was walking back to the house and my tripod was was busted. So I've been trying to use a busted tripod, and it's my father's tripod. I borrowed that from him. So yeah, I have a busted tripod. So Brad Pitt put a little thing on there and tried to fix it for me. So we'll see. It's working fine. It's working well. So when it comes to investing on the flower farm, you can do this. You could do this venture with $300 worth of seeds. You can. Yeah. My investment's been a little bit different than that. And I'll talk about probably this more in depth on the live Q&A, because I know people are going to ask me how much money I spend, how much money I make. But I have extra money right now. I've been doing a lot of freelance jobs, and so I have a little bit of extra cash, and I have to decide whether or not I want to put up a hoop house or invest in the rest of my peonies, because I've said I really want to have a field of 500 peonies, and I have half of that right now, and they're about the same price. And I've been torn about what to do. What would you guys do? What would you do? Tell me. Would you put, and here's the situation that I'm in, let's be honest. Peonies take 3 years to grow for profit. So at least 3 years, sometimes 4, depending on the variety. And I say that because the first year, so put it this way, I have 235 peony plants in the ground right now. I got maybe 25 buds this year out of 235 plants. They take a while. They establish their roots first, and then another year you might get a couple of buds on each plant. The third year is when you could expect to see something of a harvest off the plants. So if I don't put the peonies in the ground now, that puts that harvest another year out. That's important. And the hoop house, say I do more freelance jobs and I'm able to buy a hoop house next year, so then I would have both of things that I wanted within a year, instead of doing the hoop house first and waiting on the peonies. So I think I'm making up my own mind right now, but you have to think about those things. Is the investment that you're making going to A, pay off, and B, is it the right one? Is it the right one? For me, I think right now the peonies are the way to go. I really want a hoop house. I really want a hoop house. But we'll see. There's a truck going across the road. Anyway, so that's where I am. I'm debating whether or not to get a hoop house or put a peony order in. I think I'm gonna email Dave Dowling at Edney, and they have their peony list out still. They're still taking peony orders. I want to know what's left, because I had put together an order for peonies on the Edney thing. It's written down, but I don't want to waste my time if nothing that I want is available still. So, like, I already have 235 of them, and I really think that people just love peonies. They don't, like, the varieties for me are what's going to last the longest in the base and what's the most productive. The colors and stuff, yeah, those are great, but I have all the colors. I've got the corals, I've got the pinks, I've got the whites, I've got the blushes, I've got the roses, I've got the burgundy, I've got the maroon, I've got the purple and yellow. I have all the different colors already. Now I want to grow what is best for cut flowers. So I'm boring you guys to death. I apologize. So that's where my mind is. Like, where to invest, because if you're in this for the long haul, you got to put your money somewhere. And that's what someone kept saying to me, or someone asked a couple of questions on there, like, are you making any money doing this? Am I making any money doing this? Yes. But I'm choosing to take that money and invest it in this business, because I have it right now. I have that money to invest back in the business right now. So that's what I'm doing. I am taking it and I am building the Flower Hill Farm. It's not there yet. It's getting there. And for year 2, I gotta say, I'm surprised. I'm so overwhelmed and surprised at how well it's done, guys. I mean, it's pretty cool, but it's not like the vision's taking shape, but it's not there yet. Like, it's gonna be epic. Like, I can't wait. My husband's gonna kill me. He's waiting for me. We're gonna go take a 4-wheeler ride. So, all right. Well, just want to shout out to my mother, Renee. She watches all my videos. She watches all my ads too. So, I love you, Mommy. So my mom was like, Nicole, do you need me to start answering questions for you? Da, 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 da. Which I don't, like, maybe. maybe mom. But anyway, I'm gonna finish pinching the snaps. Look, it looks like someone came and took a mower. I'm almost done. So I have about 6 trays to do it. It doesn't take very long. It's taking me a little longer because I'm chatting with you guys, but oh, missed one. Some of them are a little shorter. But anyway, I'm gonna go take a 4-wheeler ride with my husband after I pinch these snaps and enjoy the rest of the evening. So I will try to get to you guys this week with some videos, and remember, if you have questions for me, post them on this video or email them to flowerhillfarmnewyork@gmail.com, and I will put all of the questions together and we'll do a live video. Guys, can you believe it? What the thrip? I'm gonna have to be careful and watch my mouth on a live video. I'm so nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm not. I've done live videos 1,000 times. But for news, I used to be a reporter for the news at Anchor. So blah 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 blah. So my question to you guys is, if you had, let's put a number on it. Let's say you had $2,000. Where would you spend it? Where would you spend it on your flower farm? Comment below. Okay guys, see you later. Real quick, I forgot to tell you something. So the other day I had a bucket of suns and some of the petals started to drop, and they were only a couple days old. I was so confused. But guess what I did? Look how cool that is. That's awesome. That looks like the sun and beautiful petals, but I put this in the arrangement and it was magical. Anyway, so if you have some sunflowers, a bucket of suns, and the petals start to drop, don't throw them out. They're magical on their own. Also, the other ones, ready? The black one. Well, this is a red cherry, but it has the black middle. Get the leaf off. It's just awesome in an arrangement for texture. It's like this really cool thing. Anyway, see ya. Hi. We're going on a bear hunt for flowers.